Prdx Kids Live. I'm Heather Thompson, your Family Ministries Director. Today, we're celebrating that Jesus is alive, that He died for our sins and rose again. Up next, we've got Haley Bowden, your Preschool Director, with today's lesson.
Good morning, everyone. Do y'all know what day it is? Do you remember what Miss Heather said today was? Okay, no, I know it's Sunday, but what day is it actually? Yes, it's Easter Sunday, and today we get to celebrate together that Jesus is alive. Mr. Jacob and Miss Leah taught you last Friday that He died for our sins, and today we get to celebrate with a big party because He rose from the dead and He's alive. Right? Okay, so I hope that you're ready to party with me because Jesus being alive is one of the biggest reasons that we will ever have to celebrate in our entire lives. Before we really get started, though, I need your help with something. I kind of forgot the details of the story that Mr. Jacob and Miss Leah taught us on Friday. So can you help me remember? My brain is not working right this morning. Can you help me remember? What did we learn about on Friday? Oh, that's right. Okay, so they taught you that Jesus was taken away by soldiers, and then what? He was nailed to a cross. Okay, now I remember that part too. And then people were really mean to Him, and then He died and was buried in a tomb. Okay, thank you so much. That helped me remember the story. And you know what? That's a really sad story. How did you feel after hearing that story? Were you sad or maybe even a little bit angry? What about confused? You know, those are all really normal emotions to feel after hearing that Jesus died on the cross for something He didn't even do wrong. And today, after we freeze dance, we are going to learn what happened after Jesus died on the cross. And so before we freeze dance, though, I want to go over our question that we've been learning these past 2 weeks. So when I say it, I want you to yell as loudly as you can the answer because I'm confident you know it by now. Are you ready? Who saves us from our sin? Jesus! That's right. I think I heard you. Okay, let's do it one more time, though. Who saves us from our sin? Jesus! That's right, and that's what we're celebrating all day today. Okay, so to keep our celebration going, I'm going to invite my friends, Jacob and Leah, up here to freeze dance with me. Come on up, guys. Can everyone say hi? Did y'all miss them over the weekend? Yeah. Okay, so I know we play freeze dance every single week, but I want you to dance the best that you have ever danced in your life today. Because we're at a party, right? We're celebrating that Jesus is alive. And like I said earlier, this is the most important thing that we will celebrate in our whole lives. So I want your dance moves to be bigger and better than they ever have before. Are you ready to start the music? Definitely the best dance party that we have had yet on Prdx Kids Live. Y'all's dance moves were amazing. Okay, Jacob and Leah, y'all can go get some water. Make sure you can recover from that dance party. And we are going to sing to worship to our God. And so today's song is called The Doxology, and we are going to sing as an expression of praise to God. So if you stay on your feet, sing with me worship to God. I loved singing with y'all. It is really special to all get to sing praise to God together, especially on Easter Sunday. So now we are going to finish our story that Jacob and Leah started on Friday. Can you sit down and join me so you can find out what happened? They left you with a really big cliffhanger after Jesus died and was put in the tomb, and we're about to find out what happens. But before I tell you, I want to know, do you know what's going to happen? Look to the person next to you and tell them what you think might happen next when I read the rest of the story. Okay, let's see if you're right. So right after Jesus was buried in the tomb on the third day, can everyone hold up 3 fingers for me? 1, 2, 3. So after 3 days, 2 of Jesus's friends, both named Mary, went to the tomb where he was buried. They were very sad. Suddenly, there was a big earthquake as an angel came down from heaven. Do you know what an earthquake is? It's when the whole earth shakes. So the whole earth started shaking when they went to the tomb. And then the angel rolled away the stone and sat on it. And the guards fainted. That means they passed out and fell on the ground. So then the angel spoke to the women, and the angel said, "Do not be afraid. Jesus is not here. He has been raised from the dead just as he said he would." And that's what we're celebrating on Easter Sunday, right? So then when the women heard that, they were so happy. They were celebrating too. Jesus was alive. And just then, Jesus met them. He said, "Good morning." He literally just rose from the dead and then talked to the women and said, "Good morning." The women then worshiped Jesus, and Jesus said, "Do not be afraid anymore. Go and tell my friends to go to Galilee. I will meet them there." Isn't that amazing that Jesus rose from the dead and then was able to talk to his friends again? So, were you right? Was your prediction right of what happened after Jacob and Leah's story? I bet you were. So the most important thing that ever happened that we just learned is that Jesus died and was raised from the dead. Jesus never did anything wrong, not one thing wrong in his entire life. But he was punished because we sinned. You and I are the ones who sinned, and Jesus was punished for that. God forgives us for sin because Jesus died for us. God raised Jesus from the dead to be king over everything. So, because Jesus died and came back to life, we can be rescued from our sin. Which, hey, that kind of reminds me of our question that we've been learning this whole time. You want to go over it a couple more times together before our time together ends? Okay, I do too. Are you ready? When I ask it, you yell the answer as loud as you can. I know you know the answer by now. So who saves us from our sin? Jesus saves us from our sin. That's right. Okay, let's do it one more time. Who saves us from our sin? Jesus saves us from our sin. Good job. Y'all all know the right answer now, and now you know the whole story of how Jesus saved us from our sin. He came to earth, and he was nailed to a cross. He died, and then he rose again. And today we get to celebrate that he's still alive right now. So, he loves us so much that he died on the cross, and today we get to celebrate that. So happy Easter, Paradox kids. We love you.